Welcome to Carolyn's Yoga. Thank you so much for joining me today in this yoga practice for flexibility. So let's begin in our hands and our knees. Make sure your shoulders are above your wrist. And let's gently start off with a few cat-cows. So inhaling, arching the spine, look up. And exhaling, rounding the spine. And again, inhaling, look up. And exhaling, rounding the spine. Inhaling, look up. Now tucking your toes and coming into a modified downward facing dog, keeping your knees bent. And we're just going to gently tap and then push back. Feeling that stretch through the upper body, tap again and push back. Gently tap the knees to the mat and pushing back. And we're just going to do this a couple times. And then when you're ready, just begin pedaling out the feet, releasing any tension out of the lower spine. Gently beginning to bring movement into the body, and then finding stillness, taking a few deep breaths. And then inhaling, coming into our modified chaturanga, knees, chest, chin, and inhaling, coming into our baby cobra. And then if it feels good, coming into our full upward facing dog. And then exhale, downward facing dog. And just taking a moment, finding stillness, breathing deeply. Now step your left foot towards the top of your mat, pivoting so that you're at the length of your mat, and just moving from left to right. Gently stretching out the hips. And then finding stillness here and coming into our wide-legged forward fold, grabbing onto the ankles. Make sure your feet are pigeon-toed, and then just inhaling, look up, and then exhaling, coming into our forward fold, doing this just a few times, and then just finding stillness here, feeling that beautiful stretch along the back of the thighs, seeing if you can almost reach your head to the bottom of your mat. And if you can't, that's okay. Just know you're exactly where you need to be in your practice today. Inhaling, look up. And then let's make our way up. And coming into our Skandasana, side to side, from right to left. Keeping your fingers and your hands on the mat if that makes it easier for you. And let's pivot the feet outwards and come into our goddess pose, rocking side to side. And let's come into a twist, bringing our left shoulder down as you look over, and again to the other side. Bring your right shoulder down. And do this a couple times at your own pace. Just feeling that beautiful stretch along your shoulders. Make sure your hands are on your knees. And now heel toe your feet closer together, coming into our Malasana pose, our yoga squat. Pressing the elbows against the knees, the palms together, rocking back and forth if that feels good. And once again, just finding stillness here in this pose, keeping your eyes closed if that feels good. And just breathing deeply in this posture. And let's gently release, coming back into our wide-legged forward fold. And then bending your right knee to the floor. And then extending your left arm all the way up to the sky, making sure that opposite leg is extended. And let's switch sides, just extending the opposite arm, feeling that beautiful twist, and just pivoting and coming into our half split. And then inhaling, look up, and exhaling, folding forward, bringing that forehead to the knee, and then inhale, looking up, and then exhaling, gently folding forward. Doing this a few times. And then just finding stillness, feeling this beautiful stretch along the back of your hamstring. Gently breathing deeply. Once again, keeping your eyes closed if that feels good. And then inhaling, look up. And then gently bending the knee and coming into our low lunge, pointing that index finger up to the sky. Make sure the knee is above the ankle. Breathing deeply into this posture. Your gaze is looking up towards the sky or the ceiling. Feeling that beautiful stretch along the psoas muscle. And gently releasing the hands, coming into cactus. And then tucking your back feet. And coming into our pyramid pose. Keeping that foot flexed. And then gently inhaling, looking up. And then you can keep the foot flexed if that feels good, or keep it flat on the mat. Now pivoting our way into the center of our mat, coming into our wide-legged forward fold. Grabbing onto the ankles, making sure the feet are slightly pigeon-toed, and interlacing the fingers, and allow the arms to fall forward, adding a deeper stretch if that feels good. If not, you can keep your hands on your ankles. Do whatever feels good to you today in your practice. And then come on up, release the arms, and let's do that on the other side, bringing the left knee to the mat, extending the right arm up to the sky, feeling that beautiful twist. And then again, reaching that left arm all the way up to the sky, keeping that right hand on the mat, and pivoting again and coming into our half split on the other side. So inhaling, look up, and exhaling, folding forward, and doing this a few times. Bringing that forehead to the knee if you can, and if you can't, know that that's okay. And then just finding stillness, feeling that beautiful stretch along the other side of your hamstring. that back leg, making sure the back toes are untucked. And that's just finding a beautiful release here. Breathing deeply. Once again, keeping your eyes closed if that feels good. And gently, let's come on back up and bending the knee and coming into our low lunge. So inhale, reaching both arms up to the sky and extending that index finger. Or if it feels better, you can keep your both hands on your knees. Or extending that index finger up to the sky, gaze is looking forward. Once again, making sure that knee is above the ankle. And releasing the arms back onto the mat, tucking the toes, and coming into our pyramid pose on the other side, keeping that foot flexed or on the mat, whatever feels comfortable for you today. And just seeing if you can touch that forehead to the knee, and if not, that's okay as well. And just breathing deeply. And then let's pivot our way to the length of our mat once again, making sure your feet are slightly pigeon-toed. And see if you can bring your arms through the legs, reaching towards the back of your mat. And if you can't, that's okay. Just keep your hands on your ankles if that feels comfortable for you. Breathing deeply. And let's bring the arms forward. Inhaling, look up and heel toe your feet together. And let's make our way towards our downward facing dog. And let's flow it out, coming into plank position. Inhaling, upward facing dog. And then exhaling, downward facing dog. Just finding stillness. And let's make our way down to our mats, coming into our forward fold. Inhaling, reach your arms up to the sky. And then exhaling, bringing the hands to the knees if that feels comfortable, or the ankles, or reaching at the soles of your feet. And gently folding forward. Do whatever feels comfortable for you. Feeling a beautiful stretch in the back of your legs. Making sure you're breathing deeply and keeping your eyes closed if that feels good. And just finding stillness. And then inhaling, reaching both arms up to the sky. And then let's come into our butterfly pose. So bringing the soles of your feet together and maybe bringing a little movement to the knees, just like butterfly wings. And inhaling, looking up, and then exhale, gently folding forward, resting your forehead against the toes. And once again, if you're not able to do that, you can always use a yoga block and rest your head against the yoga block. And just breathing deeply. And then inhaling, looking up, bringing your knees together. And let's come back into our seated pose at the center of the mat, and inhaling, reaching both arms up to the sky, and exhaling, hands to heart. Inhaling once again, palms together, and then exhaling, bringing your hands to heart. Thanking yourself for doing something beautiful for your body, and thank you so much for joining me today. I hope to see you again. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. Namaste.